What's up, did you abortion?
TeamTresBien Pokécast here, and this week we're talking about
abortion.
Pokemon, not abortion.
And the Ditto abortion theory.
We're talking about a slightly less controversial topic, Pokemon.
Ditto is an abortion. An aborted Mew!
Okay,
Yeah, it is.
we're gonna talk about a bunch of topics, but we'll go into that later. I'm SpanishRoxas.
I am Eclipse.
And I am pro-abortion.
This is EdgeTheFallen, and the other guy here is...
I'm new. I'm SheepKing or King Sheep.
Super special guest, never being led on our podcast again.
SheepKing.
Super high school level Asian.
Okay?
It's not offensive, you are Asian.
That didn't need to be said, but that's fine. Okay.
Oh, they're gonna look up Asian and figure out his real identity. Look out, everyone! Because he's the only Asian in the world.
But he's also the king of sheeps. I mean, how many people out there are king of sheeps?
I don't know how many
Today we're
Scottish
talking about
how many-
Pokemon.
And okay, for our first topic, we're going to talk about our favorite Pokemon individual for any reason.
Tentacruel.
I'm going to go with
Octillery.
either Lucario or Eevee. Lucario because it's an awesome sweeper and just looks cool and had a huge
At
hole
the risk of
and
sounding
everything.
like a hipster, way to be mainstream. Like the one that they've beefed up with the image of coolness.
And Eevee because super, cute and can
You
turn
can have
into
anything you want.
4 different OU beasts.
No, it's Ditto, bro.
Yes, but you can't just love a Ditto
Eevee's
in
a-
its normal
Can't
form.
you
Eevee's
though?
a second-
No!
Can't you?
No!
Because Ditto eventually turns back. Like with an Eevee, at least you're going to stay.
What am I doing?
Favorite Pokemon?
Okay,
Yes.
who's next?
No, hold on. Were you gonna say anything more about that?
No, Lucario and Eevee. Go.
Alright. Okay. Probably Caesar for my favorite design of Pokemon.
Oh, that's a good one.
So good. And then for Pokemon that I've had like the best experience with, that'd probably be either Torkoal or Espeon. So those people were amazing.
Edge, go.
Favorite Pokemon, let's see, there's a lot of cool Pokemon. Favorite would have to probably be Victini. Let's go with Victini.
Why?
Do you want reasoning? Because I
Yes.
didn't think of reasoning on the way here. Okay, let's see. Fire's the best of elements. No contest right there. Victini is really adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, let's see. What I had another reason. Give me a second. Praise Allah.
Part Psychic. Oh.
Yeah, part psychic, that's another thing too.
First fire psychic.
Yeah. The fact that it is 000 in the Pokédex until you get National, obviously. Come on. That's fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
How many Pokemon you know 000?
Bunch.
No.
No.
Shut up. V-Create. That's
Ooh.
best reason why. The most overpowered attack ever.
V-Generate was still a cooler name for it.
It was, but
Anyway.
yeah.
SheepKing.
I would either go. I have two choices: a shiny Rayquaza.
Oh, yeah!
We blew out everyone's ears in this podcast.
No joke, I have a background that is Caesar fighting Shiny Rayquaza.
Shiny Caesar or just regular Caesar?
Regular Caesar.
Okay.
Shiny.
Man, you guys are nerds.
Dude, it's...
Like you are.
I didn't even care.
Shut up, we're not talking about my problems.
Shut up, Yugi!
Shiny
Sheepking.
Rayquaza just because his design. You just can't beat it.
Okay, what's the other one? The two.
Mawile. I just kind of like that Pokemon since
You just
the
like
start.
that
So,
Speaking
SheepKing,
of-
black and yellow Rayquaza, and Mawile. What's Mawile?
Wait, are you
about?
saying
I
are you
just
saying
know-
black to yellow because he's Asian?
No, I'm saying black and yellow because
I am
that is
ashamed
the
of you,
color
Eclipse.
scheme of Rayquaza!
I thought you had more.
Don't call me out on this one!
I'll call you on whatever I feel like.
Okay.
Okay.
We were really great on this podcast.
I know!
We are really self-aware here today.
And no, that worked.
My first podcast and this happens.
I know.
Yeah.
Welcome to
I
every other
apologize,
podcast.
SheepKing. I apologize so hard.
I don't.
So hard!
I'll do other hard things to you, Spanish.
Oh.
Immigration.
So this thing's ending up on Tumblr, right?
Yes.
Yeah, totally. So, favorite game, I would either say Soul Silver or X, because I haven't played Y, and I haven't played Gold.
Why?
because I thought getting X was the good idea because everyone else was gonna get Y, but no,
That's the
everyone
other way around.
gets X.
It's a stupid
Yeah,
thing.
Everyone
Why
got
is
Y.
better?
gets X.
Why?
I
Justin
want why
got
because
X.
Yudvul, or whatever
He
he's
felt
called.
tall.
I don't
got
care, he's
X.
amazing!
Yeah.
Sky Battles. He's awesome in Sky Battles.
Oh, hell
What was
yeah.
his name
I
again?
still haven't been able to do a sky battle. I have.
Tommy got X. Everyone gets X.
No,
Everyone
Tommy
likes
got
Charizard
Y.
X.
Tommy got Y. I think.
No, we got X. He's planning on DS downloading Y.
Oh,
No
okay.
one wants X. Maybe I got time for that.
I get
I think a lot of people got X just because the legendary is a fairy type.
No, I
Just-
think they everyone got X because of Charizard X and because of Mewtwo X.
Charizard X is the reason
Oh,
why. They
okay.
just figured out which Mewtwo version looks better. And
I
it
know,
was
but the
like,
live version looks like an.
It's
anime.
because of the black Charizard.
Oh yeah.
Where's the blacksmith?
I don't like X Charizard. I think it's too. The design is too chunky.
Get the hell out of here now.
He said
Get
X
off my
Charizard, not
podcast.
Y Charizard.
That's right. It's my
Get the hell
podcast.
out.
Get off of it.
It's all of our podcasts.
It is mine.
It is ours. You can't.
It is
promote
my
it.
podcast. There are many like it, but this one is ours.
Thank you for saying ours.
Okay, so what
Is
topic
it
are
my
we on
turn?
next?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your
Infidelity.
turn to say what game you like best. And actually, I didn't get around to my reasons. I like Soul Silver because it had a good story and a lot of stuff to do and a lot of legendaries. And I like X and Y because it's the recent one and there's a lot of Pokemon and fairy type. So
I think we're kind of missing the point of this
No, whatever.
podcast. I mean, all we're essentially doing is kind of just screwing around and telling the world our views on a couple games.
That's what political
it's-
people do.
I mean, it's like, where's the entertainment
There's-
value?
That's what
us
political.
screaming at each other.
That's
But
what
this is
political
American
people.
people, and if not, then get off our podcast right now,
Oh,
you
God,
goddamn
no.
communists.
No.
But I mean,
Hey,
Come
communist
back.
looks better than you think it is.
Don't leave me here with these things.
oh, you haven't
They
begun
have
to see the
3
light.
eyes and tentacles coming out of their buttholes.
So you do have.
So
A
my
urethra?
favorite game is Pokemon Emerald because I really liked a lot about Gen 3. Plus, I like how I just rolled off that. Plus,
Off of tentacles.
we had 2 teams in Pokemon Emerald who both had some pretty decent goals. People don't really agree with me on that a lot. I seem to be in the minority with liking Gen 3, but I mean, there were people who wanted to expand the landmass because the world is mostly comprised of sea, so it makes sense that they would want to make more land for people to live on. And then as for Team Aqua, they wanted to expand the sea mass, and there are far greater water Pokemon than any other type. So it makes sense that they would want to create a larger habitat for them.
The world is mostly ocean, and there's more water type. I just got that.
No,
Yep.
No.
I did like a lot of
Deep.
Gen 3's designs.
Oceans.
Oceans
Calm down. Calm down.
and
No,
land.
don't tell me to calm down, you stupid Asian.
Oceans of what?
Oh, okay.
Just, he's stupid and he's Asian. These are both
Ocean.
facts. It's not racist.
He's actually pretty smart. Oceans and people, basically.
Yeah, and so then as for my other favorite game, I would have to say, because that one's for like nostalgia's sake and just overall good, but I'm not saying it doesn't have any flaws. Oh my god.
Every game has flaws. If you find a game without flaw, you're dead and you've gone to hell, probably.
Or heaven.
Most people are not going to hell.
Games without flaws, only in hell.
Why? Because
So-
a game without a flaw is boring. We search for flaws and have fun with them.
Yeah, that's what.
Hell,
if
if
the
we
game
didn't
was
have the
boring, then the
cliche
flaw
of
would
walking
be
into the haunted
boring.
house, we would have never encountered the murder in the first place.
And I always laugh when in games you see those glitches where like bodies are just flopping on the floor.
And to go with Pokemon,
So funny.
if we didn't
Easy.
have the cliche of screwing the professor and just going straight into the tall grass, we would have never gotten our starters or left Pallet Town.
Yeah. So
It's these cliches that keep our games, unique. Not just hell, where it's like, this
Okay.
game is perfect.
I see
It's
you're next.
boring. Okay, entertainment
no,
value.
I wasn't finished.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh my god.
finish.
Sorry, I
So-
apologize.
Because a podcast is
Stop
meant
trying
to stay
to run.
on track.
Stop trying to run my show, SheepKing.
I'm not trying.
I'm
to
trying
I
to run this
apologize.
show.
We're all trying
We're trying to
successfully
put it
run
back
it.
on track. That is not entertaining.
Stop trying to run my show.
This is America, you communist. Everyone who watches Eclipse Let's Plays, he's a communist.
I am the only communist here, so shut up!
You're a Mexican, SpanishRoxas. Get back to your fence.
God, you're racist. Please
Hey,
continue.
you have a fence around your house. It's not racist.
I do not have a fence around my house.
Didn't you live in a crappy neighborhood?
And that's coming
No.
from an American who thinks socialism is bad.
Oh my God. Okay. No, he said communism. He did specify.
Yeah,
I know, but American propaganda always says, oh, socialism is bad.
I'm not saying America's good. I'm
Oh.
saying communism's bad.
It's like, oh, Obama's a socialist. He must be terrible. No, he's not.
Every president's
Like,
fucking
people say
horrible.
socialism is
He's
bad, but
talking
if you ever
about
saw
governments
Denmark.
only on the Pokemon cast.
Only on the TeamTresBien Pokémon Podcast. Now let's
Okay,
continue with the
so
Pokemon.
are you done yet?
I still
No,
think our
I'm
name
not
should have
done.
been
I
Team
haven't
Let's
been
let him
able to
finish.
keep
Let's let him
going.
finish.
I still think our name should have been Team Lesbians, but go on.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad name. So, as for my other one, it'd probably have to be Heart Gold because it has a lot more to do. There's so much more. There's after champion stuff to do, and then it just had a lot more of the. It did have the separation between the physical and special within the types, which was awesome. Something that Emerald did not have, which kind of sucks. So I thought it was a really good game. Both of them, yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
Edge.
I just literally just laid on the edge of the table and it hurt. On the
Edge.
edge.
I just thought of that.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Let's
Spin around and
continue.
okay, let's see. Best Pokemon game ever. Pokemon Red. Go back to classics. What should I say about Pokemon Red? It had more of a touch of realism than most other things. Now, granted, you can't have much realism in a world of, you know, super-powered animals fighting each other, and that's completely legal. Fighting animals, because apparently it's not legal today. So,
After
Apparently,
Pokemon.
I learned that
Cockfighting.
the hard way. Oh my
okay,
god.
but let's see. Starting point, a bit of touch of realism. Things such as the Pokemon Tower and Pokemon actually dying and going into a whole storyline of how the evil team actually murders people.
Yeah,
You
that was
know,
cool.
The fact that there's like, oh, murder's so
Did I
bad.
still
Well,
get an
it
E rating?
happens. What?
Did I still get an E rating?
I think you got an E rating.
It got an E rating.
Okay.
Because death is a normal part of life. But no, kids can't be exposed to that. So they got rid of it. Not only that, they got rid of the tower in its entirety and replaced it with a radio tower back in Heart Gold Soul Silver, I believe? Or is it the red and green game?
Heart
like
Gold and
Heart
Soul Silver.
Okay, yeah.
Well, they did that in like.
Or did they do it in like
they
Leaf
did it
Green
like
and...
the later.
No, I think
like, they did in
it
later
still
books.
had it still had the dead Marowak and Fire Emblem or Fire Emblem. Goodness, Fire
Fire-
Red, Leaf Green.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
it had
they
a
had-
dead Marowak and Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it was just gold and it was just gold, silver, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver where they had to replace with the radio tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was technically still done in the reboot. It was just
Oh, yeah.
changed in when they went back into it like 3 years later.
This is kind of stupid. I mean, it was a good storyline. I mean, everyone's like world domination and other cliches, but these were like, we'll do whatever we want. We want to kill something, we'll kill something. We want to steal something, we'll steal something. We want to take over stuff, we'll take over stuff.
Yeah, they were also kind of collectors.
Exactly.
But I still think that Team Aqua and Team Magma had a pretty different storyline.
Well, yeah, they had different goals in mind, which is perfectly fine. And then you start getting into later games, it's kind of, you know, not as in-depth teams.
Team
to go with.
Plasma wasn't the best in my opinion.
Well,
yeah. Team Galactic, I just had a hard time understanding.
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah,
like Team
they
Galactic.
were.
I have no idea
Team
what the fuck's
Galactic
up
just
with
wanted
Team
to-
The
Flare.
boss
wanted
really
to
seems like
succeed.
Smoker from One Piece.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
boy.
did.
God, yes.
Except like a more evil version.
Such a cool character, also.
Another cool character, Red.
Red, yes.
The coolest protagonist ever.
Especially with the new anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then your anime is pretty cool. Although, real quick,
I mean,
you were like, Eclipse, were kind of mad that you chose Charizard.
Well, I wouldn't say I was mad, but I was very confused because I thought that they were going to be trying to go off the manga, so it was very strange that he chose Charizard because in the manga, Pokemon Adventure or Pokemon Special, whichever you prefer, he chose Venusaur.
But I think I know the reason. They did it because
his name is Red, and he chose the fire Pokemon.
no, because if they didn't, then they wouldn't have been able to show the new
Pokemon,
Charizard X.
Yeah, Charizard X. I understand that. I
They wanted to
understand.
show the
Product
new Charizard
placement.
X. Exactly.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
really it was product placement.
That
I have
was
yet
it.
to see it, but I hear it's still good.
Also, not
Yeah,
to mention,
4
like,
episodes.
a lot of animes don't follow the manga, like Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, of
Black
course.
Cat.
Well,
yeah,
they-
the Full Metal Alchemist, man.
Oh God.
That
Well,
would
later
far
they
off.
made Brotherhood the Fall of the Manga. but
Right, right.
That was just to make money.
You watch Full Metal Alchemist and you're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
I'm gonna predict the comments, and I'm just gonna correct you here. It's generally pronounced manga.
Oh.
Manga.
Actually, there's a shoot.
Mankey!
in it.
Mankey.
Mankey.
Mankey, the naked monkey pig I don't know what it is.
Manga.
Man gay.
For flow.
Man gay.
Hey, man,
We're
gay.
getting the gay bump, girls.
Only on the Pokécast.
Yeah.
So,
So we've talked about abortion, gay rights, and communism.
Go ahead. Red.
Fine,
Great
okay.
Great character.
The fact that he's able to stay silent through an entire journey across the whole continent and save several people and just stand there, staring in silence. Ultimate hero.
And
The
then the
next
fact that he
rival.
makes a reappearance in Gold Silver.
Oh
dude,
yeah.
that
And
is.
Just on top of the mountain, they give him a great theme.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just such a cool character.
My favorite part about him is the fact, I know they put like the things in every game where you can walk up to like the creators of the game and like, hi, we made your game. This is
Right.
your reality and everything. The great part about Red is he's like, okay, I know, this is a video game world. None of this exists. I'm just data. My journey doesn't really matter because it can begin and end at any point. I'm still gonna go for it.
So,
So, no, one more thing.
SheepKing
No, one more thing.
gets his turn now.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
All I wanted, listen, all I wanted,
for me.
all I wanted to say was that
Okay.
Red gets like, he starts getting his story a lot better in Yellow, which is interesting.
Well, yeah.
Like, they do a really good job with that. Read Pokemon Adventure / Special. Go ahead, SheepKing. Sorry,
Okay, so my favorite.
but I'm not actually sorry.
Make it more interesting than they did.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Oh.
but it's true.
I'll try.
Yeah.
You're not interesting.
At least I try to add some ambience and some
Now,
excitement
SheepKing time.
and actual
I would have to
interaction.
say my first Pokemon game, which was Ruby,
Uh-huh.
Fucking
and
nerds.
then my second would be Pearl, because I played. Well, not anymore, but since I played it like 60 times, I'm bored of it. Then my favorite spin-off would be Conquest.
Conquest?
One, because I kind of like the ancient thing, because I'm a huge fan of Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, it was a crossover with Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yeah.
I still think it's funny.
Gameplay, of course, is I love it, especially incorporated with Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
Yeah.
which is the same
You see the
premise as
yeah, the
Pokemon,
tactical
only
value,
no
and also
slavery.
how it goes to like ancient
ancient
Japan.
Chinese.
Well, I'm not sure if it's Japan or Chinese, but they're figures.
It's Japanese Nobunaga. So,
If you're talking, you have to be louder so the audience can hear you too.
me?
No,
I got
him.
It. I got the message.
Okay. So,
This is an open environment. There's nothing they can't hear.
my favorite spin-off, if we're doing that too,
No, we're not doing that. We're next we're talking about thoughts on the metagame. Real
is
quick.
Pokemon Coliseum.
You guys are
Oh,
way too
Coliseum.
Mainstream with this shit.
Because I like double battles. But yeah, a lot of people have been turned off from double battles from Coliseum. That's how I really got into it.
I love double battles.
Yeah, dude, I love double battles to death. I'm better at double battles than I am at single battles. I'm not especially into like the teamwork kind of thing. Like I can do like a water absorb surf kind of thing, but I mean I just like having two Pokemon versus two Pokemon. You have a lot more opportunities to be super effective against one of the others. So
Yeah, one of my favorite. When I was playing Diamond and Pearl, when they had that, one of my favorite tactics was Rotom and Torterra, where I would discharge, shocking everyone, but not hurting my Torterra because
then
it was
Earthquake?
ground type. Yes, and then Earthquake,
Because Rotom
hurting
has
everyone
Levitate.
except Levitate. Yes, absolutely. That was my favorite combo.
yeah, that's a good one.
Mm.
So I don't have anything to do, and I think because we don't have anything more to say, we can move on to the next part.
What's the next part? Is it another topic?
Metagame.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go through and say our yes or yay or nay opinions on the metagame. First, me, yay.
Me? Nay.
Elaborate on metagame.
Like the after tournament competing, EV training, IV breeding, mega Pokemon training stuff.
So like
Beating
grinding
tournaments on.
and all the just basically just oh you mean like after game stuff?
No, like
He's talking
EV training, IV
competitive.
breeding, special
Oh,
breeding in
competitive
Pokemon to
stuff.
get
Oh nay,
nature.
nay.
competitive scene.
Call me
Yeah.
a horsey, nay.
I would do yay if it was for fun, but there's like a lot of people that rage if they lose all the time. So
Well,
Yeah.
the reason being is because they go for several hours trying to make their Pokemon these steroid-induced Pokemon, and it's like, oh, there goes my hours just to lose.
Several hours? It's several days for a single Pokemon.
Recently, people have stopped playing games to relax and have fun, but more for the competitive reason, which I kind of disagree with. Since I think
The
games
only
should be
people who
relaxing.
do IV training is the competitive people.
I don't do IV training, but I do EV training and nature breeding.
Like,
People,
what people do is just-
people have kind of lost a vision of actual games.
That's too much work for me, and that's also not fun for me.
It's not fun. You sit there and be like, okay, I have to beat
A
this,
lot-
this, and this.
Well, the thing is,
Like,
Edge,
nothing but those.
a lot of people
Entire
enjoy the payoff of seeing a well-raised Pokemon that has some of the best stats that
you
it
can press
can.
delete to delete the data.
It's
Right.
yeah, it's data. If it was a real animal or something, be like, wow, that is a really cool creature. You have something to be proud of. It's a video game.
Have
Well,
you ever played Tamagotchi?
Unless you're gonna do it for competitive for money, why would you waste so much of your life doing that?
Well,
I mean,
a lot of
it's
people
not
get.
fun though.
It's fun for them.
How though?
Like, you have to look at it from their side, because to them, they're raising a Pokemon to its full potential. Like, how cool is that? Being able, because it's more real to some people than it is to you. Like, I actually, call me weird, but I befriend my Pokemon. I get interested in what kind of Pokemon they are. Like,
What about the ones you catch for the Pokédex?
for the Pokedex,
Yeah.
like, I'm talking about my main team. I
But
usually,
other than that, you just disregard them.
yes.
You find the main 6 that you use, or less, I don't know how many you use, as like this close personal bond, but everything else is just just for they don't matter as much.
Right.
You just leave them to rot.
Right, I'm not saying
So how's
that
your
I
argument?
consider those not data, but I consider the ones that I have through an entire journey, I kind of bond with them in a way, you know?
It's kind of sad.
Because like if you play the game, like the first time you play like one of the Pokemon games to the end, and you like level up all of them, then you want to replay and reset the data. You're kind of like, should I press the button?
Also, and it's kind of like when a parent favors one child over another, though. I mean, they go through and put all their time and effort in this one child, and they just leave the other one behind. That's what it's kind of sounding
But
like.
Pokemon don't do that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, the only difference is though, the Pokemon don't actually exist, so you can't mentally scar a Pokemon and be like, oh, reset the game or just release. Who cares?
well, the thing is, what I've always thought was that when you put a Pokemon on the PC, it goes to the professor's lab where it's taken care of.
Exactly. That is what has been proven in the anime.
Yeah. Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
But then the sad fact is, the Pokemon gets to keep the solace that your owner just left you with some strange man and never returns. Basically, they had a happy home in the wild, just having their own time. Then they were captured, and then just shoved into a random place with an old guy like, I'm going to play with your Pokeballs. Yes.
Yep. Totally. That is exactly what they do.
But for me, metagame is not my thing. I don't find fun in it. When I get competitive, I don't like myself. I get very angry, so that's not something I like. Plus, I'm just no good at strategizing, so.
For me, I always wanted to do the metagame in Gen 5, but I couldn't because it's really confusing and it's kind of hard if you don't have like all the Pokemon. Like, I only successfully EV and nature bred a single Pokemon, one Hydreigon, and I didn't even completely do it because I couldn't find out how to get Dark Pulse without doing a bunch of super extra work in the black game that you gave me, Black 2 game that you gave me.
Yeah.
So I only successfully EV trained that, but I did breed a special Sunny Day Growlithe. But in Gen 6 with super training, it's become a lot easier to EV train, and all you gotta do is put in the time and energy for nature breeding. So it's definitely gotten better in Gen 6
Yeah.
for anyone who wants to.
I'll give you that. They've
Yeah.
made it a lot more accessible, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I'm still no good at strategizing, which is a big thing, is reading your opponents and knowing which tier and all that stuff. And that's not really something I care for, is the, like, Smogon and all
Just
that
have a
stuff.
Pokemon match and have fun. That's what it's meant for. And then they put all this stuff in, and it's like, there goes the fun.
I can never tell the Gen 1er, Gen Wiener, or Gen Whiner. Gen 1er because Gen 1, or Gen Whiner because they're always whining about stuff.
I'm not always whining about stuff. There's a lot of good things about Pokemon. I prefer Gen 1, but that's different. There's
Well, I'm
good stuff
talking
that
about-
throughout the entire series. The only thing I have a problem with is the Ivy and whatever Eevee. There we go. I knew I'd think of the other thing.
Well, I'm just saying, I could never figure out which one people meant online because they use all three of those words. Gen 1er, Gen Winer, and Gen Wiener.
Okay. Well,
Weird nicknames.
I wasn't. I was making a joke because the thing is, those only really apply into the metagame. It doesn't actually show up terribly much in the
Well, yeah.
main story.
I
So
mean, with every other Pokemon in the main story, you can just fight random things, and you're like, level up. Okay, now I'm good to take on the gym.
yeah.
Don't necessarily need IV chaining or Eevee unless you're wanting to do it from the start.
So, I think we'll end it off there.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us. This is TeamTresBien
Lesbian.
Pokemon.
Team Lesbians, yay!
Team Lesbian!
He's done. Fustrode. Card games in space.
Card games in space.
Hey guys, this subspace thing is kind of extreme, huh? Yeah! What is wrong with his hair? I like referencing.
Yes.
Everyone does.
No.
Totally.
If you didn't know, I like abortion. I'm gonna keep bringing that up until this is taken off of whatever website we put it on.
Abortion gas.
4chan!
4chan.
Let's make this so awful like it's taken off of 4chan.
Oh my
Yeah.
It's
god.
taken out of 4chan. That's a real big problem.
We'll
Takes
have
off
people, we'll
glasses.
have like
God.
officials coming to our houses and going, "What's wrong with you?"
Oh, officials
Abortion
can't track,
is
officials
wrong.
can't track 4chan because 4chan is where Anonymous started. And Anonymous kind of likes 4chan.
Like,
yeah.
like the
The group.
the Guy Fawkes people.
Yes. What did they do recently? There was, or not necessarily.
They were in a hacking war with that rat guy ran.
Yeah, I think that was it. That was-
There was also that one girl that they had like put sex in public, and
Oh.
then
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
hacked,
yeah.
Then they hacked her Facebook and put all their stuff online, but they did the wrong girl.
Oh damn.
Yeah, they like put the wrong girls.
Are you sure that was
everything.
anonymous?
Yeah.
Because people can claim to be anonymous.
Well,
Yeah,
Hell, you buy a
anybody
Guy
can
Fawkes
claim.
mask, you can
Anonymous,
say you're
bro.
an anonymous.
how are you an official anonymous?
There's
I
an
thought
act-
Like,
you were
there's
just
an actual
in
group.
anonymous.
Yeah, they actually have
There-
a headquarters, but anybody can claim it. Like, I think one time they had a Facebook ion cannon something, like after the PSN attacks. Anonymous, like, the person claimed to be anonymous, made them something to overload Facebook for no apparent reason. Like, I don't think they would do that.
Yeah, I mean, you can hate yourself some Jews and draw yourself a swastika, but that doesn't make you a Nazi.
That kind of does make you a Nazi.
No,
It
it
could
doesn't.
be- it could be
Nazi
like-
would be in the actual party in itself and following,
Yeah,
the party
that's
itself.
true.
The party itself does not really. I don't know if it still exists, and if it does, it's more of an underground thing.
Yeah, it
kind of
does.
like the underground slave trade. But let's not talk about that.
Let's have that back to Pokemon.
Let's talk about capturing animals and forcing them to fight against their will and calling it friendship.
So, SheepKing.
Sorry,
you
what
kill
I,
me and I kill you. Pokemon,
Gotta-
fight 'em all.
gotta kill 'em all, Pokemon.
Massacre.
So,
Check out PETA's website if you want to kill yourself.